welcome to my Life on Paper, where paper and pictures tell my story. I am Brianna. Welcome back to Series 15 of Christy's Beautiful Life in her 30 Days of Sketches. Today's sketch is by Aprilynne, and we are using the same sketch for Stretch the Sketch. And it looks like Aprilynne's sketch is maybe 8.5 by 11. I am stretching it to two 12 by 12s though. And before I started, I made this frame for both sides, and I decided how I was going to use my circle. I started off by putting this circle in the middle like it is, and then putting the pictures close up to the inner side, but then that really, my pictures are bigger, so it really covered the whole circle. So I'm using my ETG to, and this is flimsy paper, it's close to my heart, and by putting the paper over the top of it, it's a cardstock, so it'll be nice and sturdy. But I cut my Cricut out 11.5 inches, cut it out on my Cricut. You can see it's got the stripes on the other side. There was a little bit of a tear on the bottom, so I wanted to make sure that tear was on the bottom and not the top where it would be more prominent. And so I'm gonna stick the circles down, and then the pictures are actually gonna come off the circle a little bit. Um, it's only partial circle in the sketch, and since I'm making it a 12 by 12, I have a lot more real estate, and so I don't think there was any way really to do it exactly, but it is a way to use your brain to stretch it across two 12 by 12 pictures, and you can still see the um, guidance that the sketch is giving you for certain. So these are pictures. So I did pictures of graduation for the youngest daughter. She graduated University of Wisconsin-Madison. This is my second daughter. This is Meredith. She graduated with her master's from Garrett Seminary in Illinois. She was wearing a purple robe, which was really tricky because whatever light you put her in, it was outside, it gets a very different purple. So I went with traditional purple and then a little bit of a lavender. And I'm really happy with how what I chose and how this turned out. The dream bag comes from a paper pad. There's a little bit of gold on it. So I used that. I think that dream big is perfect for a graduation. You Are Loved did not make the cut. I did not use the gold and the silver. I have just that and I'm not sure where I got that pocket card from, but it's got gold and purple on it, so it was perfect. And that clip is from Walmart. It's from like the office supply section. I've had that in my stash for a while, so that I got on there. I have one last chipboard piece left. It says Believe. Again, how much more perfect can you get for a graduation? Believe, dream big. And then these flowers are from Paper Studio from Hobby Lobby, and they are from 2015. And so I use all of them except for one. And they've got purples that match perfectly, plus black. And there is some black in my photos. So I couldn't ask for anything better to match. The striped up on top was just the purple stripe for the banner is just something from my stash, so I used that. And then I had a little bit of a ribbon in my stash, so I put that through the chipboard. I will use my ATG adhesive to glue down my photos, just eyeballing them up. If you've been around here for any period of time, you know that I love me a good monochromatic layout, so a purple layout makes me smile. I couldn't tell you if I've ever done a completely purple. I probably have, but I can't tell you when the last time I did a purple layout. So here we are. And she's wearing a red dress. That's part of the tradition of the university that she went to, or the seminary that she went to, is to wear red shoes. So she wore a red dress. There was, I did not use purple and red on my layout. I certainly could have, but I guess gold is my accent, and kind of a little bit of black is as well. You can see those graduation caps on top. I am a very themed scrapbooker. Again, if you watch my videos at all, super themed. This one, I kind of took a step back, used all that wonderful purple, but I did bring in those um, graduation caps. I have a lot of graduation um, ephemera and stickers and stuff like that. My youngest daughter graduated in 2020, and I just, you know, she didn't have much of a celebration. I took a million pictures. We actually went around to every one of her grade school, middle school, high school, and took pictures just of her in her graduation gown, just to make it a bigger event because she didn't get much of a graduation. So I just have a lot of leftover graduation pieces that I will be happy to gift to somebody. She will have one more graduation for her doctorate, so I will hold on to it for another 3 years, but after that, I will gladly gift that away to somebody else. So again, I'm just gluing everything down with my ATG adhesive. Um, I always somehow think I've got more real estate than what I really do. So like those banners end up really close to my pictures, which is okay. It's not smushed it out. It looks like it belongs there. I'm gonna layer these photos. I do use some foam adhesive tape behind them. They are brads, so that gives just a little bit of cushion and gives them a little bit of height, and it worked well. I like that this close to my heart paper isn't solid. It's got, I don't know if you'd call it mixed media, but it's not a solid color on the back. So it gives a little bit of maybe texture looking, even though it's flat and there's no texture to it. Um, and so it was perfect for this layout. This layout comes together super quick. It helped, I mean, I did get those purple pages before I started. I cut out that circle before I started. I had an idea where the pictures were gonna go, but um I was it for a 2 page layout, for it being like a 7.5 minute video. I think that's uh really good. So I do put 3 of the graduation caps around, trying to keep them like in a kind of a visual triangle. I end up putting one right on the believe. I thought that was a good way to showcase it right there. And then I believe the last thing I do is to use these. They're not enameled that well, they're little flowers. They were my stash. They were my purple stash. So they're perfect, the perfect purple. So I put them in a couple clusters and that it. I want to remind you there's a playlist below for Stretch the Sketch. I will list everyone that's playing along with May I Scrap Lift You. And I hope you have a fabulous day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And please come back and see me again soon.